Okay, hello, good evening. Sorry, I ended my previous class late. Right, so hi Gabriel, there's only you, also today. Don't know where's the rest. Right, so we are going to revise on chapter 5 today. We'll do revision today. Oops, sorry. So please get your revision notes ready. This should be your November notes. Okay, it should be together with your chapter 10 notes. Okay, you know, last week we studied medicine, right? That one, there's another copy, the thickest one, that would be it. And the cover looks like this. The form 4 chapter 5 genetic one. This thing. Okay, hope we have this. Hope we have this. Okay, so let's go to our question 1. This is page 2. Okay, page 2. So today I'll try my best to cover this chapter lah. It's a really long chapter, but I don't think I can cover one whole chapter today. Right, so there are 20 infants in this hospital ward. Okay, these are the type of earlobe. If you still remember your earlobe, there's only 2 types. That's the free earlobe, and then that's the attached earlobe. Okay, if you remember what it is, so free earlobe, they look like this. They just kind of hang, hang down your ear, and then when it is attached, this kind of looks like this. I see. There's no hanging like this. It just goes straight to the side of your face. They just go down. Okay, so how many free do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 free earlobes here, and the rest 8 of it, it's attached. All right, so usually your first question of a paper 2, the typical paper 2 section A question, and the first question, it will look like this. If it's ever that easy lah, okay. If it's that easy, then okay, you got yourself a good deal here. So right, draw your bar chart. So this is 12. Okay, I mean, I don't draw the best graph lah, but as long as you understand. So this is 8. So you have your free earlobe and attached earlobe. Okay, so this is free and this is attached. Right, so what is this type of variation? Gabriel, do you remember? What variation is this? Do you remember what variation is this? We have 2 types of variation. And do you remember what are they? Okay, wait. Do you remember? There's only 2. One that looks like this, and then one they look like this. They kind of look like this. Do you remember? Okay, this goes in a. If I tell this, I will say the answer already lah. Okay, this is like pata one, but this thing is going. Yeah, genetic variation. You have 2. What variation? Okay, you have this is called discontinuous, and this is called continuous. Do you remember them? Do you remember them? So this is your discontinuous variation. Okay, variasi tak selanjang. Discontinuous means they don't show intermediate value. Right. Okay, many students are still very confused by this. Okay, let me just tell you this. Imagine phone settings. Okay, imagine phone settings. Continuous variation is like your brightness or like your volume. You see, when you adjust brightness level on your phone, when you adjust volume level on your phone, they just go up all the way, down all the way, right? There's a continuous range that you can adjust. All right. brightness is different for everyone. For some people, this brightness might be too bright. For some people, this brightness might be too dark. There's no one answer that fits all, right? Right? And then this continuous one is very easy to tell. This is like your Wi-Fi. Okay, you know when you slide down your setting, that's the Wi-Fi. There's only two things you can do. You can either switch it on or you switch it off. There's either one. Okay, it's like this lah. It's either you are on or you're off. There's no in between. You don't say my Wi-Fi is half switched on. Like, what do you mean? There's no half, right? It's either one or the other. It's either yes or no. So this is like brightness. It's either, you know, it can be really bright and it can be really dark. So there's a range of it. Okay, so this is like continuous value. This is non-continuous value. So your continuous variation will look like this. Okay, I think we did this before already, so I'm not going to do. So fill this in yourself. Okay, draw this graph yourself. Your graph would look something like this. You remember this, right? Remember this, right? It will look something like this. So this is what we call your continuous variation. Okay, do you remember this? How we do? How we do this? This is for sure coming out. Let me tell you this. This is for sure coming out. So please pay attention here. Okay, really simple stuff. Okay, so that's good. Right, so moving on. Let's go to the next one. I hope you still remember this. We learned this like the first. Wow, how long was this again? I think this was like in April or something. So it was really long ago. Okay. Anyway, so what is A? A is a cell. You have many cells in the body. Okay, this is not your main concern. And of course, in your cell, you have a nucleus. Right? So what is C? What is C? What is that? One whole thread. Yes, good. That's your chromosome. And then what is your D? When you pull out one strand. What is D? What is D? When you pull out one strand of chromosome, what is it called? You can cancel E because we're not focusing on E also. What is D? What is D? Coincidentally, they start with D also. Yes, that's your DNA. And then what's your F? One section of DNA is called your gene. Yes. Glad that you remember. So these three you should know. These three you should know. So chromosome is one whole thread. DNA is one strand. Gene is one section. So one gene determines one. What does it determine? What does a gene determine? One gene determines one. What would that be? Okay, one gene, they determine one characteristic. Yes. Okay, individual. Wow. Why are you typing so complete answer? Okay, so characteristic. I hope you are not referring to the notes. Okay, so your characteristic, okay, they determine your characteristic. And then yeah, one more question. How many chromosomes do you have? This is a no-brainer question, isn't it? How many chromosomes do we each of us have as humans? How many do you have? How many do you have? Please don't tell me you forgot. You have? Okay, 46. Yes, good. 46. So you can say 44 plus 2 sex chromosome. Okay, you can say that. Okay, not 2 pair, just 2, not 2 pair. One pair, 1 pair. Okay, you can just say 46 pair, or you can say 44 plus 2 pair. Sorry, 2 sex chromosome. Right, that's good. That's good. All right, so let's go to number 4. All right, cell division. I will just roughly bring this through because cell division is not that important. Do you still remember what are the 2 types of cell division? Okay, the one we kind of spend a bit time on. Okay, yes, mitosis and meiosis. Wow, that's impressive. You're prepared for your exam already? Okay, if you answer this without referring to any notes, then I can say that you're very prepared. Are you prepared? Wow, that's good. Okay, so your mitosis. Okay, what is mitosis? Mitosis is to photostat cell, right? Okay. Okay. Gabriel, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Okay, because you see, here's the thing. Don't put too much high hopes on mitosis and meiosis because originally, this was a revised syllabus. The original syllabus, okay, a few years ago, they did not include mitosis, meiosis. So they decided to pull this from biology, and this thing is kind of technical. So very seldom they'll ask for this. So don't bet on the wrong horse lah. I'm not saying that you give them up and don't study them, but keep your expectation in check lah. Because it's throughout from my understanding they don't really ask mitosis, meiosis in exam. Sad, I know. Okay, so you might say then, what sir? Why do they put it in the syllabus? I don't know. Right. So from here, okay, you just need to recognize them. So this cell division, is this mito or meiosis? You only need to recognize, are they mito or meio? Is this mitosis or meiosis? And how can you tell? Okay, see if you still remember. Yes, this is mitosis. Good. And how can you tell? Because there's only two. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can say that. Okay, that's good. That's good answer. Or you can say there's no. What is this thing called? In meiosis, they will do this thing called that they will change the leg. That's a very important process. What is that called? What is that called? Two chromosomes, they will come and then they will change their leg, which looks like this. They will change their leg. What is this called? This is called crossing. Yes, good. Crossing over. So why is this mitosis? Because there's no crossing over. Okay, you see all the chromosomes, they just look black. Okay, they just look black. So I'm just gonna roughly talk about the phase. If you can see here, the chromosomes are just chilling around. This is your prophase. And of course, they want you to draw R. Obviously, this is metaphase. Metaphase is very easy to draw. Okay, since that, okay, there's 4 chromosomes here, right? So you draw 4 here. Okay, you draw 4 here. And then they are attached to this sort of like string here. Okay, pay attention to this chromosome. If they give you 4, then you draw 4. Really easy. And then they just split. Okay, they split. And then, so this is your anaphase. And you have your telophase here. Okay, so PMAT, Prime Minister Ada Telo. That's how I remember, if you still do. Right, so I don't really want to focus too much here. So I want you to focus on this. We do D and E enough. Predict the number of daughter cells formed at stage T. So like I said, there's only 2 cells. Okay, because meiosis you get 4. Because meiosis they do it twice. Remember? And then what are the characteristics? Okay, what is the characteristic of daughter cells? Doing mitosis is to photostat a cell, right? So they look genetically identical. They look exactly the same. So that's the word I want, genetically identical. Okay, so learn from my lesson. Don't focus on this too much. Same goes to chapter 6. You know chapter 6? The joint chapter, the one you learn joint, the one you learn exo, endoskeleton, hydrostatic skeleton. The chapter also not very common one. Okay, I have students who focus on that a lot because they think, wow, because the chapter is very easy to study, right? It's just very straightforward chapter compared to this. Okay, so they thought the joint thing is for sure coming out. Well, you'll be surprised. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. You'll be surprised. Okay, if it doesn't come out, it will freaking crush you. Okay, so what are the chapters that are important? I would say 5. Okay, 7, the hormone chapters, and then 8, I would say okay lah. 8 also important lah, but 8 is very easy to study. The atoms one, okay, and then there's 9, only focus on alloy and rubber. And then of course I would say 11, which we haven't learned lah. 11 is when you learn. I think 11 you learn it in maths already. Do you still remember what is your displacement and distance? And then your velocity and speed, and then your acceleration. I think you learned it in maths before, right? We are exactly learning that in chapter 11. Yes, it's physics. Yes, it's physics. So I would say it's these 5 chapters. I call these 5 the core chapters. And you'll be surprised, sometimes 4 is also quite important. 4 is that environment, the green technology chapter. That chapter, right? There's nothing to study, but they will still ask because it's more towards, yeah, I know, I hate it too. Okay, because any answer goes, any answer that makes sense goes. All right, it's all about that environmental stuff thing. So chapter 4, right, is very dependent on your general knowledge really. This is why I say a lot of general knowledge, especially when it comes to pollution, right? I talk about pollution a lot in my lessons because I hope it helps, right? Because unless you watch a lot of YouTubes regarding climate change, okay, you pay attention to a lot to like environmental issues, okay, like Tesla, like batteries, things like that. Unless you are very well versed in that, chapter 4 would prove to be quite a challenge. Okay, so it depends a lot on your general knowledge. Okay, what is your carbon footprint? Okay, how do you reduce carbon footprint on what sectors that you can reduce the impact on the environment? What is green technology? How and where do you apply green technology? Things like that. Okay, so it's very, very open-ended chapter, not very technical. Okay, as long as the answer makes sense, it goes. Right, so if you want to focus, I would say these 5. Okay, I'm not saying that other chapters are not important, but I would want you to settle these 5 first before you patch up on other chapters. Like you see chapter 10, you remember the medicine one we learned last week. That chapter is really disposable. Okay, chapter 12, where we will learn about nuclear, also very disposable. Chapter 6, the joint one, wouldn't be as disposable as the other 2, but not too important as well. So you play by ear lah. You be smart yourself lah. If you can't help it, study all. Okay, the best chances happens when you study all. Okay, so anyway, so this is your crossing over lah. I'm just gonna skip this. Let's skip this, shall we? Let's skip this because mitosis, meiosis is not important. Let's go to page 7. Right. Do you remember what is this? Please say you do. If you don't remember this, mampus lah. This is the bread and butter. Oh, your favorite, right? That's good then. So, can you guess the genotype for P? Can you guess the genotype for P? P is a tall plant. Since this is small t, right? Okay, is it big T? Is it big T? Because you have to look at the offspring. Can you see something here? Yeah, so it's big small t. Okay, so this mistake, you will do this a lot in exam, but no worries. Okay, as long as you learn how to correct them. So this is why is it big small t? Because you see 1 3 big small, 1 4 big small, 2 3 small small, 2 4 small small. So if you put big T here, then this thing wouldn't tally. All right, so you have tall and 2 short. Easy, right? Easy, very easy. So complete the genotype. You remember this is called genotype, right? Phenotype is what you can see. So these two being tall and these two being short, this is the phenotype. Remember phenotype. Phen is something that you can see. Gene is something you cannot see. Right, so name process W. Okay, what is this? What is process W? When your dad splits his cell to become 2 sperm and carry 1 set, what process is this? Many people, they ignore this. Okay, so what is this process called? So imagine your dad has 46, he splits into 2, 23, 23, and he gives you 23. What is this called? We actually learned this just now. So this is your meiosis, right? Your dad, I mean, you do it too. Your balls are currently doing it right now. Okay, your balls are doing meiosis, and then your wife's next time lah. Okay, your wife's ovum is also doing meiosis. So when you give it to your child, you only give 23. Your wife also give 23. So your child would have 46, right? So 23 plus 23 is 46. So this is your meiosis. Pay attention to here. When I split my things to 2, this is called meiosis. And when I join back, when I get married and join with my wife one, this is called fertilization. Okay, I split first, then I rejoin. The splitting is called meiosis. When I rejoin, it's called fertilization. Okay. And then C, based on your diagram above, what is the phenotype of offspring R? What is the phenotype here? You see what you see lah. So this is being tall. Okay, so this is tall. So state the ratio of tall plant to dwarf plant of the offspring. So as you can see here, 2 tall and 2 short. So this is obviously 1 to 1. Okay, don't say 2 to 2. Please learn how to simplify your ratio. It's 1 to 1. Okay, so next D, if offspring Q and R is crossed, what is the percentage of tall plant? So you can try this yourself. Q and R when they cross, big small t and big small t when they cross. Okay, try and do this and see. Try and do this and see, and give me the answer for the percentage. See what you get. Okay, so what percentage did you get? Okay, so big, small, big, small, big, small, small, small. So what's the percentage of tall? What is the percentage of tall? So you have 3 tall, right? Okay, and 1 short. Yes, good. That would be your 75%. So you'll be drawing this a lot. I mean, you pray hard lah. They ask this a lot in exam. That's a score for you. But I don't think they will do this too much lah, because it will be too straightforward and too easy. So just be prepared lah. That's all I'm going to say. So number 8. Schematic diagram of a man with black iris who is married to a woman with blue iris. So your black iris are, as you can see, big H being big iris dominant. Okay, and then the mom is blue, so it is small H. So as Asians, right, we are usually big H, usually. So next time if you get married to a Mat Salleh, mostly all your children will be black eyes one, because black iris is just simply stronger. So this is H, this is H also. So first child, big, small. Second child, big, small. Third child, small, small. Fourth child, small, small. So 2 black and 2 blue. Same as the tall just now. So state the iris color of S and V. So S is black. And then V is blue. So B, what is the ratio of having offspring with black compared with blue? Again, this is 1:1. Process Q and R. So just now I mentioned this already lah. Your dad, when he splits half for you, this is your mitosis. Oh, sorry, meiosis. Okay, he splits into half. He only needs to give you half. He cannot give you full because it will be cloning if he does. So meiosis, and then R to your dad's sperm combined with your mom's ovum. This is called fertilization. So what is the type of variation? Can you guess? Is this continuous or is this discontinuous? This should be very straightforward, right? Okay, so this is, since eye color there's only two, there's only either black or blue. I mean there's green also lah, but very seldom we will see green. So obviously this is discontinuous. All right, this is like your Wi-Fi setting. It's either on or off. It's either blue or black. Okay, continuous is like you are 25% black, 75% blue. So that's intermediate. All right, don't get this wrong. This is very, very for sure coming out. Okay, so it's discontinuous. I mean, what else is discontinuous? Even your thumbprint is discontinuous. I know it sounds silly. You might say, sir, I thought everyone's thumbprint is different. Yes, everyone's thumbprint is different, but everyone, they either fall into these 4 shapes. Okay, your thumbprint type, fingerprint style, is it called? There. You see, I think there's only 3 or 4 shapes. Okay, and then you see the loop one, and then there's a roll, and then there's the arc one. I think there's a mixture also. Okay, usually 4 or 5 lah, 4 or 5 types lah. You fall into either one of it. So I think it's, yeah, things like that lah. Okay, so this is a discontinuous variation because you're either one, right? Okay, so this is discontinuous anyway. So number 9. So gender, this is your gender. So you know what? I will give you 5 minutes. Okay, can you please do this? I'll give you the answer in 5 minutes. Okay, try yourself. Okay, try yourself. Okay, hang on. Hello, Jared. Good evening. Why are you suddenly here? Why are you suddenly here? Okay, please get the replay from me, because you missed half of the lesson. Oh, we are in revision, by the way. We are in your Form 4, Chapter 5 revision. Do you have my phone number? Do you have my phone number? Get the replay from me. So let's go to question 9. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Please do question 9 for now, and I'll give you the answer. Okay, please do it now. Oh, what phone number? Okay, 5 minutes. This is page 9. Please do it now. Page 9. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'll give you the answer. So please check. So your father is XY because he's a male. Your mom is XX because she's a female. So your dad's sperm, half of it will be 22X, half of it will be 22Y. And then your mom, she can only produce 22X because she has only X, she has no Y. So the first child will be 44 plus XY, sorry, XX. So this is a female. Second child, 44XX, female also. Third child, 44XY, male. Fourth child, 44XY, male as well. So having a male and a female, it's 50-50, 1-to-1. So state the chromosome contained in an ovum. Ovum, there's only one type, which is 22 plus X. Your mom has no Y, okay? And then in the sperm, there's two, both types. You have 22 plus X and 22 plus Y. So probability of having a daughter, it's always 50%. No matter what you do, no matter who you are, no matter what race you are, it is always 50-50. So you can say that the population of male and female in this world is always 50-50. Always. Averagely. Sure, sometimes there might be a little bit more girls, sometimes there might be a little more guys, but generally speaking, if you draw a line, it will look 50-50 always. Okay, you cannot fight statistics. Numbers, they don't lie. So E, state whether father or the mother determines the gender of the offspring. So who determines what gender you will be? It's going to be your father. Because if you take your father's X, you will be female. If you take your father's Y, you will be male. So apparently all three of us, okay, we got Y from our dads. So we're all males here. Right? So next, number 10. What is mutation? Mutation are changes. Okay, your things suddenly they change that occur spontaneously to the chromosome or gene. Okay, that means your chromosome suddenly change or your gene suddenly change. So of course you have two types here. You have chromosomal mutation. That means one chromosome entirely gone missing, or you have one extra chromosome. Gene is when one gene, one part of the chromosome is wrong. So which is more serious? Which is more serious? Chromosome mutation is much more serious because you have one extra, you have one less, okay, or one missing. Very, very serious. Gene mutation is not so serious because it's just one thing going wrong. Okay, one thing going wrong. Like, so what are the examples here? Okay, so anyone can give me an example? What are chromosomal mutation? There's three actually. There's three actually, and they are very serious mutation. And what are they? Anyone can answer me? Anyone can answer me? There are three types of syndrome here. I'll give you tips already. So there's the There's the Down syndrome, okay, and then there's Turner syndrome, and then there's Klinefelter syndrome. Remember what are they? Remember what are they? Down syndrome is when you have one extra chromosome at number 21. Okay, so you have two. Suddenly at 21, there's 3. So Turner is when the female, the girl has XO. She has 1 X missing. Klinefelter is when the guy is XXY. The guy has 1 X extra. So all 3, they are very serious. They are, I don't care whether you are Down syndrome or you're Turner or you're Klinefelter, you are not normal. You are mentally retarded. You cannot make offspring. You are sterile. Pretty serious. And then gene is your not so serious problem like color blindness. Okay, you're colorblind. What else? You have hemophilia. You know, your blood cannot clot. What else? You have albinism. You guys remember what is albinism? Remember what is albinism? That's when your body cannot produce that black color pigment. You just look white. Yes, it becomes white. So you have no, you cannot be under the sun because you'll be sunburned. Okay, because there's no melanin protecting you. So albinism. So what is the cause of mutation? So mutation occurs randomly. Anyone can get mutation, okay, or due to external factor known as mutagens, right? These mutagens are factors that make you more likely to be mutated, like X-ray, radiation, UV ray, carcinogens, things like that. Right. So the state 2 methods that can be used to identify gene disorder. You know what? We skip this. Not important. So E, state whether the following is true or false. Addition of the 21 chromosome cause Turner syndrome. Okay, no, this is false. It's actually Down syndrome. And then number 2, mutation can be caused by too much exposure to radiation. Yes, true. Number 3, gene mutation can cause color blindness. Yes, true. The less serious one is gene mutation. And then number 4, gene disorder disease can be detected using karyotype screening method. Yes, true. Okay, you can go and screen your gene. Okay, you can screen your DNA, and that's how you know you have disease. Okay, so guys, again, I want you to do question 11. Okay, I want you to do question 11. Again, I will give you 5 minutes. Okay, let me go to the toilet real quick. I will discuss with you when I come back. Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes. Please do it now. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. Okay, so check your answer. Can y'all do this? Okay, so can you tell me the answer? What is P and Q? I think I told you the answer just now also, right? Okay, what is P and what is Q? Okay, yes, P is Klinefelter. Thank you. And Q is your Turner. Right? Guys, Klinefelter, you're still considered normal. Actually, right? Let me tell you something. Klinefelter, right? Some people say, okay, we know that Turner, you're for sure retarded. You're for sure mentally retarded. But Klinefelter, you are not really retarded. It's just that you see, you look at the symptoms, you're above average height, weaker muscle, poor coordination, less body hair, breast growth, less interested in sex, infertility. You just look, I don't know how to put this. You just look kind of weird. Okay, you just look kind of weird. Okay, you just look like this. Okay, I mean, you are not per se, retarded. You're just you just look weird. Okay, you have no, as in manly characteristic. Okay, anyway, so state the gender of individual Q. So Turner, you are a female. Okay, you are a female. Yes, thank you. And C, explain the difference between the number of chromosome P and Q. So P, since you have one extra chromosome, right? So you would have 47. Okay, and then Q, you have one less, so you have 45. Then you have 45. So D, state one characteristic. Oh, I just mentioned it just now. So your P, Klinefelter, you have a breast development. Okay, breast as in real breast, not your chest muscle, as in, okay, there's a difference between your chest muscle and your breast. Chest is your whole thing developing, breast is near your nipple. Okay, breast is near your nipple, because your nipple is where all your female receptors are. Okay, you will get swollen there. Okay, so what about your Q? You can say mentally retarded. Okay, both are sterile. Both you cannot make babies. Okay, so let me finish question 12 as well. Okay, I don't know whether you do this, whether you did this. All right, so color blindness and one more, which is hemophilia. If you still remember, we call them your sex-linked disease. Do you remember what is your sex link? That means they are tied to your X chromosome. If you remember, a guy can have two possibilities. It's either you have no disease, you are normal, or you have the disease. Okay, whereas for females, it's either you are normal. Okay, there's three choices here. Is whether you're normal, or you have the disease, or you are a what is this case called? What is this case called? You are normal. Okay, you just look normal, but you carry that gene within you. You yourself have nothing wrong. Okay, you yourself are fine. Okay, it's fine, but you might bring this to your child. You might cause your children to have this disease. So you are called a carrier. Yes. Okay, so you are a carrier. So in this case, they ask you, if your normal father marries your carrier mother, what happens? So if the father, I think we did this question before, right? So if your dad is normal, for sure he is dominant. Why do we call it sex-linked disease? Because can you see all the colorblind gene is carried by your X? Y doesn't carry anything. Why they don't carry anything? So mother, since it's a carrier, so big, small. So when you do meiosis, when you split this into half, your dad's sperm, half will be X big B, half will be Y. Your mom's ovum, half will be X big B, half will be X small b. So when you combine them, you have X big B, X big B. So this is a normal female. And then the second one, X big B, X small b, you will be a carrier female. Okay, but here's the thing, guys. If they ask for normal, you still consider this as normal, because carrier, they themselves, they are normal. It's just that their children might not be. Okay, and then you have X big BY. This is a normal male. And then you have X small by. This is a carry. Oh, not a carrier. This is a colorblind male. Okay, so in this case, this couple, they have a 25% of getting a baby boy that has a problem, that has color blindness. I mean, color blindness is not life-threatening or anything lah. It's not very serious, but wouldn't be pleasant lah. Okay, wouldn't be pleasant. Okay, guys, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something lah. If you are normal, again, I'm sure you guys are normal, and if you marry wife, okay, let's say next time lah, your wife is colorblind, is a carrier of color blindness, would you guys still have children? Would you guys still want a baby? See, that's a question. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're colorblind. Okay, I forgot. Right. So, oh yeah, which brings me to the question: if you marry a carrier girl, there's even a higher chance that your baby will be colorblind. So, would you risk it? Because you see, I'm sure. Okay, Gabriel, since you have colorblind, right? For sure, you are this. Okay, if you marry someone who is a carrier, okay. So your daughter, first possibility, she will be a carrier. Second, she will be colorblind. Third one, your son will be normal. Fourth one, your son will have colorblind. So wow, you see, 50% your child will be colorblind. Okay, but another case lah, if you marry a normal vision girl, okay, so the first child carrier, second child carrier, your son will be normal. Your son will be normal. You see, both son will be normal, but both your daughter will be carrier. Okay, so I would say that yes, find a normal wife. So if your wife is normal, all your children will be normal, but your daughter will 100% be carrier. So this, so make sure next time. I mean, if you really care about this lah, go and ask your fiance, go and do a genetic test, go and do a DNA test, so that you can. I mean, if you want children lah, okay, if you want children lah. I don't know about you lah, guys. Okay, I don't know about you guys lah. For me, I mean, I might change my mind, but I don't know. I don't feel like having a baby because it's too much of a responsibility. Yes, I'm married. Okay, I'm married for 5 years. Okay, I'm married for 5 years. I have zero intention of having a baby. It's just, I don't know. I don't like kids. Okay, I know it's a very shitty thing for me to say. I used to be a kid, but your wife, yeah, she is too. Okay, she is quite sick of kids too, because she teaches piano. She deals with kids all the time. So the last thing she wants when she comes home, it's another kid. So right, I don't know. I might change my mind a few more years. Okay, I'm only 31 this year. I mean, for some people, it's old enough to have a son, but yeah, I don't want it. Okay, maybe for now, right? Okay, so if you really care about this, okay, guys, to really make sure that you guys have normal babies next time, go and do a DNA test, okay, on yourself and on your wife too. And if you guys have this certain risk, only you decide whether do you want a child, because it will be quite big of a responsibility. More so if your child is disabled or having some kind of genetic disease. it wouldn't be fair for him or her. Right? What I advise here, guys. Okay, so anyway, so go, do this yourself. Okay. If you have the time, go home and finish this. Next week, I'll give you the answer. Okay. Go home and finish this if you can. Right. So wow, we are doing quite fast today. So guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Jella, remember to get your video from me. So I will see you guys same time next week. Okay. So happy Wednesday to y'all. I will see you again. So take care. See you everyone. Bye-bye.